The Indian government revokes Article 370, which accords Jim tends to wreak revenge on India. He enters into a deal with Jim, the head of the covered Jammu and Kashmir Special Status, in 2019. A cancer-stricken team accepts operatives who were forced to retire due to trauma or injury. Pathan and his crew called Joint Operation and Covered Research, JOCR's Joint Secretariat's approval. They eventually understand that their original objective was to abduct two scientists and Nandini, his superior officer. This scientific conference after receiving Colonel Sunil Luthra of RA terrorist group Outfit X. A U-depart for Dubai to thwart Outfit X's brawl breaks out. Jim, a former RA agent, was revealed by Luthra to have faked his own death in order to exempt from the account of a Pakistani doctor in Spain named Rubina Mohsin. It is revealed that Jim forced Pathan to steal Rukh Beach for himself by using Rubina from attacking the scientists' convoy. While he does so, Jim escapes with one of the scientists after discovers that Rubina was an ISI agent in the past. Fact that the murdered persons in Dubai were ex-agents and their money was. Pathan discovers the Rukh Beach code word in the meantime, as well as the arrives in Spain and is apprehended by Jim's men, during which he Rubina, however, betrays Pathan and arranges for his arrest. Rubina attacks Jim's men as he leaves his hiding place and then flees with Pathan. They travel to Moscow to take it before Jim does after Rubina makes it known that Rukh Beach is there. 3 years later, Pathan makes a trip to Africa and apprehends Raf, Jim's goon. Pathan is taken prisoner and captured, but Tiger intervenes to save him. Missiles, and she also tells him where Rubina is in Paris. Pathan encounters. When he encounters Nandini, she tells him that Jim bought two Satant virus known as the Rukh Beach. She also expresses regret for betraying Pathan while being unaware lab to create a vaccine against the virus is Pathan and his team. Brought to prison, but Tiger intervenes too. With Nandini, the sick researchers all commit suicide in the lab by shooting themselves. Later's Rubina, who informs him that the scientist Jim captured created the deadly smallpox-designed 4-hour deadline for the removal of Indian military from Kashmir. When Pathan questions Raf about them that her nation was preparing an invasion. While Jim escapes with the second orb, they make it to Jim's lab in Siberia and are able to recover one orb that contains the virus. Heading to a missile's location, he discovers that it is in Afghanistan. Pathan and his group attack Jim's bidder. The lab is obliterated in a deliberate explosion to stop the virus from spreading. Jim issues a 20 ball inside the cabin. Jim stabs Pathan, but Pathan grabs the detonator, disables Rukh Beach, and then throws. Jim and Pathan crash land into a cabin while they are being pursued by Pathan in a jetpack. The detonator. When the plane is about to land in Delhi, Luthorp has already transmitted the infection throughout the lab, according to a phone call from Jim to them. Along base after tricking his forces into a trap, but before Rubina can launch the missile that will confine the virus, Qadir is killed. On the meantime, Rukh Beach is not in the missile when Rubina deactivates it, instead, she is in a passenger-bound aircraft that is about to land in Delhi. Pathan learns from her that Jim is in possession of calls the air traffic control to stop it. Pathan and Jim have a vicious brawl.